So here at Haven's Luxury Metals, we start with a flat sheet of metal. All of our metal is American sourced. It's all domestic, USA material. It's of the highest quality, so we don't buy anything that's recycled. We don't import anything from overseas. It's all American made, and it starts with that flat sheet of metal. Whether you're selecting from pure copper, stainless steel, or premium brass, all the materials of the highest quality, built to last forever, never rust, never corrode. And we have over a dozen finishes to select from, so that gives you flexibility when you're designing your project to get it exactly how you want. It starts with a flat sheet of metal here, and then the magic happens. Our entire operation here at Haven's is something that goes from a handcrafted perspective. So starting with a flat sheet of metal, getting cut out, getting bent in our press brake, or even this smaller brake here that's manually operated. This was our first machine, as a matter of fact. So each step of the process has its own special skills required. Each of our craftsmen, whether they're forming, welding, finishing, we do hybrid training, so each one of our guys are able to perform at a high level across different categories. So whether you need something made on a small scale or a larger project, it's all going to be done with American craftsmanship, made in the USA, and of the highest quality here at Haven's. Okay, so after the metal is cut out on our laser machine, we get into the forming stage. This is where a lot of the precision takes place. It needs to be properly laid out. It needs to be properly adjusted for settings on our press brake here because it's CNC operated. So whenever we make the bends, we have to get very accurate measurements. As you can see here, Logan, our team manager, is actually using a tape measure to lay out the next project he's gonna bend up on our press brake. So we're talking about millimeters here, getting down to 1/16 of an inch. That's as precise as you can get from a craftsman's standpoint. Whenever we're dealing with very small numbers and very exact measurements, that ensures the quality level is exactly where it needs to be. As you know, we ship our products across the world, so whenever we're not on site for installation, the real magic of making it fit happens here at our forming, and it carries through the rest of our process as a domino effect. So after this forming gets done, we'll head on over to our welding station. After the piece is formed, it goes to our welding stage of the process. This is a very precise part of the process that really will make or break the structural integrity of the metal. So we're talking about the integrity. That means how well it's going to hold together, how well it'll hold up over time. Whatever you throw at it, whether it be a fire pit, a kitchen sink, or even a copper mug, it needs to be welded very accurately and by a skilled welder. So we have Dean here, our lead welder, working on a fire pit. All of these corners here are getting welded. There's a ton of weld time on these fire pits for good reason. They have a lot of pieces that need to meet up to form the actual product. So when he's doing that, he's gonna tack it together. He's gonna weld all of the seams. And each one of the seams, we test them for structural integrity, making sure that there's no cracks, there's no leaks, nothing can pass through, and ultimately the quality is top notch. Okay, so last but not least, the finishing process. This is where we're tying up all loose ends, we're making sure we get out all the scratches. Essentially what we're doing is using a series of sandpapers and Scotch-Brites to make sure the sink looks showroom condition when it's ready for installation. So being that our process is handcrafted start to finish, whenever they're going through the machine, whenever metal interacts with machines, which are metal as well, we're gonna have little micro scratches, we're gonna have little bend marks. Those all get buffed out and worked through in the finishing process. So whenever we finish our products, whether it be copper or stainless steel or brass, it's getting all the product to look consistent and uniform across the board, and that makes for a top quality product by the time it gets to your door. Okay, so now that you've seen our American handcrafted fabrication process, we get to the shipping part. So this is where we make sure that the product is protected in transit and it gets from A to B without any issues. So we have heavy duty crates. Foam is inside the crates. This is high density packing foam to protect the product in transit. We've got stainless steel corner guards you see here. Basically our shipping team meticulously packs the product to where we minimize the risk of any damage. Getting the product to your doorstep ready for installation, that's our responsibility. So in our next video we're going to send you, it's going to break down the full shipping process and really spell it out so you can get a look behind the scenes on how we do it here at Havens. Thanks for watching.